Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So in today's video I'm actually going to be showing you guys how I do my makeup every day for when I go to work. So if you guys are interested, please keep on watching. But before we do that, if you guys like this video and want to know more about me, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, also hit the notification bell to be notified of all of my upcoming uploads. And without further ado, let's get this show started. So for today's video, as I said before, I'm actually going to be showing you guys how I do my makeup when I go to work. I do work at a call center, so pretty much I do have to wear like a headset, and of course because of COVID, my workplace does require me to wear makeup. So for the most part, my makeup will usually last around a good 8 to maybe 12 hours depending on the shift that I work, and also if I want to do overtime. So yeah, so usually before I leave for work, I do prep my skin. I do put on some moisturizer. The moisturizer that I use is the Fenty Skin Hydra Visor moisturizer. I like to use that one just because it has SPF on it. At the same time too, this is a heavy cream. I do have dry skin, so I do have a tendency to prefer heavy creams. Usually now, because we have entered fall in El Paso, it's still hot and dry, but we haven't hit those cold fronts yet. So basically, I do have a tendency to wake up with dry skin, and it kind of helps out. So pretty much I have this already on my face, as well as also I put on some eye patches I bought from the Dollar Tree a couple of weeks or months back that I had in the fridge that I didn't know I had them. So under eye is already nice and moisturized. So for my makeup, I usually start out with primer, and my favorite primer lately has been the Soft Silk Pro Filter Hydrating Primer. This is from Fenty Beauty, if I hadn't stated that before. And usually around the fall winter months, I do tend to go with more hydrating primers. In the summer months, I will go in with more of an illuminating primer just because I like to have that glow. Sometimes depending on the mood that I feel either within the day or how I want to be in the week, I will go on ahead and use a luminizing primer, but usually I tend to stick with these ones. And I like this primer a lot. It does leave my face very nice and hydrated. And then of course, because we entered the fall, a lot of the makeup I will be wearing is going to be more leaning on the hydrated side more than on the glowy. Foundation, I'm actually going to be using another Fenty product, which is the Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. This has become, since its release, it has become now one of my holy grail foundations. It actually beat out the MAC Studio Sculpt foundation, which I do use. This is actually I feel like this is actually like a combination of give me that dewy and that glow. So I'm gonna use this for today. Usually when I do my makeup at work, I will use a beauty sponge, either Beauty Blender or either the ColourPop or the e.l.f. Total Face Coverage. I forgot that I'm actually going to be using a brush because because I'm running low on beauty sponges and I need to wash them. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. For this, it's going to be the Ultimate Blending Brush. I'm not going to lie, normally I do not apply my foundations with brushes. Usually on the weekends I will, mainly because for me personally, I like to use a beauty sponge. The camera looks very yellow, but in real life it's not that bad. So I'm going to put some on my forehead as well. So you guys can see with the light, it does give me that beautiful foundation up again. I do not stop using it. This is why I have a tendency to not use it too much. I'm just finishing up my foundation. Now I'm going to move on to concealing. Concealers, I have a tendency to purchase two in different shades. So I will have one concealer just spot conceal, and then I have another one to right under the eye or the face. And I'm going to use the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer, just in the shade 235. And I'm just going to basically put it in areas where the foundation didn't cover. I am filming on my iPhone, so you're not gonna see a lot of things going on, but I can pretty much tell in there. I'm gonna hit it here, my chin. I'm probably gonna hit it here. Use the same brush. I'm gonna blend it out. Move on to brows and the Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil, and this is in the shade 4. This is actually the this one's actually the limited edition packaging from Desi Perkins's Balm Mask Brows Kit. Yes, I kept that thing, and yes, I did not want to use it because of how pretty the packaging is, but I basically bought this kit and I'm not letting this thing go back. So usually how I like to do is I like to line. I know a lot of people like to just like fill them in. I usually like to line them first just to make sure I get this down just slightly. I'm just filling out the brows carefully. Pretty much one thing I've learned is that brows will never come out perfectly whenever you do them. And especially if I'm doing them at work. Lightly use flicking motions on the tail. Motions. Keep in mind, I am gonna go in with concealer, so I am gonna fix this. I know this looks a little bit fat here, but concealer will fix it. With brows, I have my left brow will come out perfectly. My right brow will come out stupid. So yeah, rare that I have a day where both brows come out okay and I don't need to go in with concealer. Today is not one of those days. Me, my right brow coming out perfect. To do my brows, I do clean them up. I prefer to use a pot or a cream concealer because it's just easier to work with than say if I were to use this or my foundation. So for the concealer, I'm going to use the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This is in the shade Ginger. Right now, I am going to go in and clean up my brows, and I'm going to use the Sigma F75 concealer. Start at the top. And then I'm going to move on to the bottom as well. Just again, make sure everything is nice there. On this side, I'll probably clean out a little bit just because again, I kind of wanted to look kind of symmetrical, not too symmetrical. So as you guys can see, basically this brow is more straight. This one's a little bit more rounder. Unfortunately, as we all know, the saying goes, brows are not twins. They are sisters. With my brows, I will move on to my concealer. So I'm going to use same exact brand, Fenty Beauty, the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer, but this is in a lighter shade, which is 210. It will start under my eye, and I will apply this much on each eye. I don't like applying a lot of concealer under my eye. It's really this one because this one has a tendency to be, this one's a little bit on the more of a matte one. Apply some here on my chin, upper lip, camo concealer brush, sponge. So I'm actually going to be taking this and I'm going to be blending this out. So yeah, blend out the concealer here, and then I'm going to be going in onto the other side and just blend it out very lightly. I actually do enjoy using this sponge, so yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna blend all of this out here. Once I'm done blending out my brightening concealer, I will go in and set my face with setting powder. I'm gonna be using the Hourglass, and this is the Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I'm gonna put some on my sponge. I'm gonna lightly tap out the excess, and I'm just gonna again powder areas where I know I'm going to powder. So on my chin. And I'm just gonna lightly powder. So again, I tap off the excess product. And I'm usually, when I powder under my eyes, I do have a tendency to go a little bit under the lash line. Like usually around here, as you guys can see, just because I don't want to over powder this area, because I do have creases under my eyes. If I do go in with powder or a lot of it, it will emphasize my creases. So one thing I just learned is that if I'm going to powder under my eye, I might as well just powder under the creasing. That way it's not too bad. For the sake of this video, I'm going to also powder my nose. I will be running some errands today, so I am going to powder my nose just for the sake of it staying on there. You know, since we're in the middle of a pandemic, a lot of us are concerned is to keep our makeup lasting a long time. I usually don't care, because at the end of the day, since again, this is pretty much my makeup for when I go to work. I have to wear a mask regardless of anything. So, and because I am basically taking calls, nobody's gonna see this. So basically, again, I'm just putting on makeup just so that way I kind of look a little bit put together. I'm actually going to be using for the first time the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush bronzer. I just barely got this yesterday, so I am super excited to use it. Can you guys, like, before I apply this bronzer, can we just take time to appreciate how gorgeous this packaging? The ring lights is pretty much making it too glowy, but can we just appreciate how beautiful this packaging is? I mean, this is huge. This is a huge bronzer. I mean, if we could, I don't think I have it. Oh, there it is. If we can just like compare it to like another bronzer that I have been using, for a while, which is the Marc Jacobs Fantastic Omega bronzer. Like, can we just see how big these bronzers are? It's huge. I'm gonna be using my Real Techniques blush brush. Usually I like these kinds of brushes or anything that has like a tapered tip, just because it's a lot easier and more precise for me to apply bronzer. Now I don't have to go in with my beauty sponge or brush and have to like fix everything. Actually take this here. And then what I like to do with my bronzers, I like to stipple it on. So like I tap it in. Okay, it's giving me some color. It's definitely giving me color. It's not too intense, which is great because I kind of hate. So when it comes down to my bronzers, I usually tend to prefer like a lot of either cool tone or if not like neutral type of bronzers. I don't like super warm bronzers, like the ones that look super, like make your face look so orangey. Like I just hate those bronzers. It's just, ugh, it's a great way to look like an Oompa Loompa right there. There's nothing more annoying. Like, I just hate those kinds of bronzers right there. So can you guys just like see? I don't think like the iPhone camera will capture it, but can you guys just see like what it is? It almost looks like contour, but I know it's not contour. So I'm just again putting that same motion and tapping it over here. And then, so that's the cheek area. Now I'm gonna apply bronzer to my illustrious 5 head. As you guys can see, literally my entire hand can fit in there. And yes, I have done that in the past back in high school. I'm gonna be applying my bronzer up here, same way as well. So with my bronzer, I will apply it to my forehead, tapping motions, but I will also take it into my hairline as well. And I will do the same thing here. I'm not gonna lie, I do like this bronzer. Again, let's just admire how beautiful this packaging is. So for my blush, because we're now in the fall season, I usually tend to go with a lot of mauvey berry type of colors. During the summer months, I tend to go with more like kind of like corally type of, like pinky corally, sometimes peachy colors depending on it. So for the fall, I'm actually going to be taking my favorite bronzer blush. I'm going to be taking the Benefit Rockateur blush, and just to show you guys, I've hit now pan. I'm starting to hit pan on this, so you guys know how much I love this one. So I'm actually going to take this one, and I'm going to take a BH Cosmetics 144 brush. This is actually a foundation brush, but I'm not a big huge fan of BH Cosmetics' brushes, or at least the foundation brushes, because I feel like they're very like wimpy, or like very wimpy. So I don't like it. So I usually use these brushes to apply my either bronzers, or I'm just gonna take my blush and I'm just gonna slowly stipple it on or tap it in, shake it up. And as you guys can see, I like to start from the apples and then just work my way up, just to emphasize a little bit of color on it. Do the same on the right side, and then we're gonna apply the highlighter next. But one of the things I like about this blush here is that it's like a very muted mauve. It's not like too in your face. I used to like to wear blushers that were in your face, but I kind of don't. So that's pretty much just how it is, especially because I'm going to work. Basically for highlighter, I'm going to be taking Becca Champagne. Now, Again, another product I've hit pan on. Pretty much my goal for this highlighter, I do love it. I will probably repurchase it once it's gone, but I kind of just at the moment want to use it up. I'm gonna go on ahead and apply it in the high points of my cheeks and just apply it here. As you guys can kind of see, it's looking a little bit glowy. I don't want my highlight to be too intense. Again, I am working at a call center, since I do work at a call center, and again, I've been saying that a lot. Again, the goal for me for makeup, it's just I want to look like I'm put together. I don't want to look like too out there. Cupid's bow. And then pretty much that's just the base. That's just the makeup right there. So now to set everything, I'm going to go on ahead and take the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. It's a hydrating radiant mist. It's already been shaken, but I'm going to shake it some more, and I'm going to spray it on my face. With setting sprays, I do tend to alternate as well, but usually like around this time, especially once my skin starts acting up, mainly more so when I start getting those horrible dry patches, I will focus more on hydration. So it's either going to be this or the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Spray. I don't like to use Fix Plus because it doesn't do anything other than just wet the hell out of my face. So yeah, we're going to go in and I'm going to spray this. Yeah. A lot has been nicely melted in. I do enjoy this, surprisingly. So I did pick this up during VIB. I was very surprised at the size, but I'm not gonna lie, I do like this. It does smell like coconut. Sorry. This actually smells like cucumber, and I've had a lot of people tell me that it smells like cucumber. So yeah. So once the setting spray has set, I'm gonna go in, and for my last step, I'm gonna go in and apply my mascara. So I'm gonna curl my lashes, and I'm gonna go in with my mascara. So for mascara, I'm actually gonna go in with the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara. I only have these like little sample travel size that I got from my points at Sephora mascara. And usually when I apply mascara, I just apply my top lashes. I don't do any bottom lashes. I usually will reserve the bottom lash mascara for when I am doing like my Instagram looks. So if some of you guys watching this video, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys will see what I'm talking about. So yeah, so just finishing up my mascara. And as you guys can see, this is basically my finished look. I don't put on any lipstick or lip liner or gloss because I just don't put it on. So this is usually it. I will put on probably some lip balm just because my lips have been feeling a little bit dry. But other than that, this is pretty much the finished look. So if you guys enjoy this lovely, I don't want to say tutorial, but me putting on my face in front of you guys for y'all to see, then that's great. If you guys liked it, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell to be notified of all of any upcoming uploads. And yeah, peace.